first one is, how does the movie make you feel? Okay, for me, the movie quite boring and make me sleepy. Maybe it due to the old movie and the quality of the movie is quite bad. But after watching it half an hour, it makes me feel more interested to watch more of the movie. This story give me an idea on how life in backward country and with a lack of job opportunity for graduate student. This movie also make me be grateful because living in a country that are well developed and with a positive environment. This video also have boost up my spirit to study hard for a better result for future. This is because nowadays economic is not easy to find a job after we grad. We have to compete with many people out there. So being the best among the best is the best way. And last but not least, this movie also had inspired me from the character Muluk and Pak Samsul. At the time they were unemployed, they still try to work and practice their skill towards the young thief boys.
Alangkah lucunya negeriku ini gives us various of feelings. The first one is happy and funny. There are so many scenes that happy and funny, but one scene that I can highlight here is scene where Muluk asks his friend Samsul to educate the pickpocket gang. But his friend Samsul also not support that the education is important because he is still an employee after graduate, and said, if I know that education is not important, I won't go to study. Then Muluk said, if you don't study, you won't know that study is not important. Next, sad and touch. We can see in the scene where Pipit asks the pickpocket gang what is their religious, but they don't know. And when Pipit asks who is religious Islam can stay and learn Islam, and who is other religious can go out and wait until other teacher come and teach. This scene makes me sad because the pickpocket gang don't even know what they are religious.
Okay, there are 4 problems in this movie, which is the first one is practicing skills in unethical field. At first, I found out that the main character of this movie, Muluk, is a graduated person who still find a job with the qualification of Master in Management. While working at the market, Muluk saw a group of boys steal people wallet at the market, and he followed the boy and asked why did they steal people wallet. Starting from that, he always bump in with that boy's name comment. Muluk curious on how they can be so expert on stealing without people know. So he decided to apply and teach the boys to have skills and strategy. Meaning to say, Muluk will work as the manager of the pickpocket groups. But the wages and salary that Muluk will receive is from an illegal sources. Okay, the second issue or problem is communication. In this movie, we can saw that at the beginning of the movie, there will always be one-way communication being used. For example, at the minute of 26, Muluk and the young thief, we also the boss Jared. They are planning the strategy for the future of the thief group to be more expert in stealing people purse. During the discussion, Glenn always interrupted when Muluk are explaining the plan and his idea. Glenn didn't trust Muluk and seems like wanted to against Muluk's plans.
Next, problem in education. Education are clearly still being one issue that haven't been taken care really well. There's so many child until teenager who are being ignored and until become a straight child. For continue their daily life, some are working by pickpocket. In this movie, problem education are also delivered by unemployment among highly educated people, which can put a person under stress for not getting a job. Next, discrimination and condemn others. Haji Sarbini, who is father of Muluk's girlfriend, always condemn that education is not important. He is also discriminate Muluk by comparing Muluk that graduate from study in management with his family members and his 2 sons that not have high education but more success than Muluk with their own effort, and their son are going perform Hajj soon. The message of this movie is they are trying to educate and motivate people to change to a better life. Muluk and his friends are trying their best to help by teach the pickpocket gang the basic knowledge in life, such as reading, and impart religious knowledge in order to distinguish between good and bad things. And I agree with the message. This movie contains so many moral values which can give motivation to people who watch this movie to have strong personal values and identities. We can see this in Big 5-factor personality model, which is conscientiousness, agreeableness, neuroticism, openness to experience, and extroversion. Next message is to trust the ability of someone is important to success the organization. In this movie, boss of pickpocket gang are putting his trust towards Muluk's skill and ability to manage the financial outcome from pickpocket and to change the pickpocket gang, even though he just meet and know Muluk. And I agree with the message. When we put trust to someone or into organization, it can increase and improve morale among each other and automatic the organization can be more success. We can apply the 3 levels of trust, which is identification-based trust, knowledge-based trust, and also calculus-based trust.
Yes, I agree with the message being delivered in this movie because there are many elements of OB that been applied in this movie, such as teamwork and perception towards others. The first point is teamwork. In this video, we can see that the action taken by the young thief to steal people purse are being done in group. This make their action be unknown from the public. They are very good on it. This shows that a task that been done in a group will form a better result. As we learn in organizational behavior, teamwork is very important in organization. Teamwork can be defined as interact and influence with each other. It is not an official group, it is include the social and needs emotional support from the group members. To relate with this movie, the young pickpocket had been divided into 3 groups, which is the first one stealing at the public market, public transport, and also at the mall. Each group have been lead with 3 leaders, which is Comet, Reboot, and Glenn. Their leader are the one will give the instructions toward their team and will control their steps. The next point is perception. Perceptions refers to the sensory information that been organized or interpret and consciously experienced. It involves both bottom up and top down process. In this video, we can see that there is a perception of the pickpocket boy leader, where he said that they have to be careful with Muluk. He afraid that Muluk will cheat and take their money away. Other than that, we can see that Cikgu Samsul have to teach the young thief based on their environment and situation. Cikgu Samsul can't teach with the same technique as he applied in the school, because this will lead to the boss will feel boring and uninterested on it. Cikgu Samsul also need to adapt the new situation in applying his skill and technique. In other words, different situation with different people.
Suggestion in minimizing the issue occur in this movie is stop, condemn, and discriminate others. Discrimination can be categorized into stereotyping that can be in gender, race, country, and others. Stereotyping is an attitude that is not good to have in life because it can be obstacles to someone or organization to develop new things. As we can see in this movie, it clearly condemns and discriminates the high education people. For example, Haji Sarbini, who condemned the education is not important. He also discriminates Muluk, which is still unemployed after graduate from study of management. Next, always support and give a lot of motivation. Motivation is important. By having it, someone can determine their goals and it can maintain a positive attitudes. In this movie, Haji Sarbini should give motivation to his future son-in-law, Muluk, who is looking for a job, not condemn him. When he has motivation, he will trying his best to do more effort to find a better job without knowing the meaning of despair. Other than that, the pickpocket gang also should be given more motivation to change to be a better person by teaching them basic of study and religious knowledge in order to distinguish them between good and bad things in life.
Okay, the next suggestion is on perception towards others. For example, Cikgu Syamsul and Cikgu Pipin had to teach and deliver the education by using different teaching of method based on their environment and also their audience. For instance, the teacher had to use technique that more relaxed and easy to be understood by the boys. We have to adapt the new situation in our environment. They might feel that being left behind. We have to adapt the new environment in our workplace environment for a better experience. Okay, the next suggestion is on communication problem in this movie. For example, Glenn, the leader for the pickpocket at mall, are not interested with the explanation and idea that been given by Muluk to improve their strategy of robbery. Glenn always interrupt and left the discussion. This shows that in every discussion, try to participate in it. Make it as two-way communication so that the info and idea being delivered clearly. By doing this, we can avoid miscommunication problem. So that's all from us. Thank you.